I'm here today with Rick Thomas. Patrick, your real first name, but you go by Rick. Is that right?
That is correct, sir.
I enjoyed working with you. You had a great experience with us. We had a great experience with you. So, would love to hear. I know you were referred to us by a former client who said great things about the work that we heard here. Tell me a little bit about the situation that you were in, and then what really spoke to you to say, "Hey, I want to talk to these guys at Endeavor."
Sure. So I was in a situation in which I was working at a fund administrator, and the team hired a new operational lead. And the operational lead had come in and, as most new managers do, have a certain mindset in which they want to run the team. Um, the strategy was quite different for what I was hired for.
Mm-hmm.
So, really smart people over there just changed the job just enough where it wasn't something I was really looking to move forward with. At that time, as you had said, I was speaking with a friend who had engaged Endeavor and has used you guys multiple times across the firms that they've worked with. To hire people and to place people.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, you know what, at this point in my career, I've done the basic job searches before. I really want to search in a finite type manner for a
Mm-hmm.
perfect job, not just a job, but a perfect job. And I just didn't know how to do it. And after conversations with my friend, they thought Endeavor would be a perfect match with my skill set in the skill set of the firm to really set something up nice.
We always appreciate referrals. That's the best kind of clients to get because they're starting the relationship off on the right foot for sure. And when you were listening to what the Endeavor Service portfolio was about, what were some of the big challenges you identified that specifically that you said, man, I could really use some help there?
Sure. I think from the perspective of searching for a job blankly is a monumental task
Mm.
and it can seem overwhelming. And with this search, I really wanted to find the perfect job.
Hmm.
And just within our first few conversations of targeting people in conversations and not looking at the job board and saying, oh my goodness, are 200 jobs I can go for, really gave me a path that I felt comfortable with, that would work for me, and really allow me to, um, I would say, look at my skill set and conversational ability and get me in that way. Because you and I have talked about, it's talking to this person who may know this person who may know that person, and that's how it came about with my job. It wasn't necessarily a random posting on LinkedIn. It was through conversations.
Yeah, the chain reaction of networking, right?
Yes, exactly.
And you landed a pretty exciting opportunity that I think helped even advance your career. Generally, what can you share about that opportunity?
Sure. So I accepted a position at one of the largest financial services companies in the world. They have over, I I want to say, $14 trillion in assets
Oh
under
gosh.
custody and administration. Yeah, they touch like 75% of the world's assets.
Wow.
And in a more drilled down perspective, I'm working on a specific client that has billions of dollars invested, and I'll be handling the accounting and administration for the team there.
Very nice. You landed a whale of an opportunity, it sounds like.
Yes, yes, very excited.
If you had someone in mind that was talking to you, they were in the same kind of boat, right? They were struggling and were a little fish out of water with their career search. What advice would you give them as they're heading in to work with Endeavor? What kinds of things would you say? Be sure and do these things.
I think you have to have first an open mind.
Hmm.
You have to have the ability to listen and be uncomfortable,
Mm.
because again, I think it was your first meeting with me where you went through kind of the the degrees of depression, if you will. Where you're starting off strong, and then in the middle you hit a lag.
Yeah.
And I, unbeknownst to me, I went through it where, starting off the first couple weeks and you're making connections and you're having conversations and everything is going, you think, swimmingly, and it's going to be a really quick process. And by week 3, 4, 5, you're kind of like, wow, we're in a lull. And the best thing I can say about Endeavor and working with you guys is the ability to say, hey, can we talk? You
Yeah.
and I may have an agenda set for a meeting, and I can just say, walk me through why I'm feeling like crap right now. This is not working for me. Am I doing something wrong? And having the calming voice that you have to say, no, you're doing the right things, but maybe let's pivot here and try this out. So just going back to your original question of what they can expect when they come in, it's really the all hands on deck service that you guys provide, from resume building, looking at your LinkedIn profile, making adjustments, giving subtle hints on verbiage that we may want to change. It's really an all encompassing suite of products, if you will, without being the
Yeah.
actual products. It's really the human touch that you guys provide.
That's at the core of what we do. And I appreciate you sharing that because it's interesting when we take on a new client, as you mentioned, we like to share the most important number one thing we're going to help you with is managing through all of those emotions, the ups and downs, the roller coaster, and help you move forward a few steps every day.
Yeah, and it really was. And that's really, even if you know you do it once a week, it
Mhm.
does that reset for you, that you feel invigorated and can go the next 5 days. And I think some of the things that you had mentioned to me just as sidebars of, make sure you get outside, make sure you're doing something, make sure, don't, I think it was 2 to 3 jobs a week. That's what we're looking at. It's not everything all the time, and you'll get bogged down if you continue to just all day every day look at this. And that those are all things that help me get through it and really target what I was looking for in a job.
Excellent. I know I really enjoyed talking some Patriots football and Chiefs football and sharing, hey,
Absolutely.
we've got
And
the
that's
off
the other
season
thing. It's
stuff.
conversational. It's not just it's it's not a set where you can tell, okay, Cord's going through his questions. It's really a conversation. How you doing? What did we achieve this week? What do we want to achieve next week? Things like that. It's really a conversation.
Wonderful. Rick, thank you so much for sharing your insights today. I think this is going to be very helpful for future prospective clients. And definitely, we want to be there when you need us again or somebody in your network needs us.
Absolutely. Thanks, Cord.